last episode, we were fortunate enough to stumble upon this expansive and diverse area. The world is our oyster, but unlike the pearl of an oyster, we have no cozy clam in which to reside. And today, that changes. Changes in the sense that we're building a starter home, not in the sense that we're finding a clam to live in. I don't want to live in a clam. Also, for some reason, I had 2 beds now. I only made 1 bed, but I have 2 now. I'm not entirely sure why. Of course, in order to build our metaphorical clam, we need to choose a place to live. And we've got quite a few options. I took to exploring the general area and was not immediately successful. Okay, I don't love the sound effects of this area, so we're not living here. If only because the wind would drive me absolutely crazy. So I crossed over to the other side of the river, which was a much more promising area. Well, isn't this a nice area? There's no wind, which is a bonus. And although I did have some technical difficulties, I did decide on where we should make our house. I think I want to build here. This is, I don't know, this is like a nice sort of flat. We can like tuck our house like here. Leg, please, do not crash. Game, please, I beg. Yay, alright. Then I take a moment to get to know the locals. Oh yeah, there were these bowl things. What are you? Are you friendly? Please be friendly. In case you're not, I'm setting my spawn point. Hi, please be friendly. Oh my gosh. You're adorable, and I love you. Okay. Wait, where did my bed go? Give me back my bed. Wait. Am I blind? Where did it go? Okay, we're back to only having 1 bed again. But we were only supposed to have 1 bed in the first place. Oh wait, no, there it is. Okay, the glitched bed remains. After setting up a makeshift camp, I decide to retrace my steps and do a bit of exploring, hoping to pick up some wild plants I had seen last episode. And, ooh, I want these. What was that? Lily of the Valley, gimme. Yay! Okay, I seriously need to... You're a turkey. That's so cool. Okay, right, After that encounter, I was able to collect some wild onions and beetroot, and then, on the way back to camp, whatever, we have, like, a little bit of food at least. Oh my god, there's owls. Alright, that is amazing, and I love them. Now, Homestead comes with a lot of mods surrounding building. However, I was not all that familiar with them, so it seemed prudent to take a look through GEI to see what was available to us. Before that, however... What? I'm going to pretend that that is cute and not absolutely terrifying. I don't like bugs. Why? Stay away from me. Okay. The ants are cute. They're totally cute. I don't hate them at all. I don't know what you're talking about. It took a bit due to leg issues. What are you? Let me interact with... Hello? Okay. What are you? You are a table. I probably could have guessed that. But I did figure some stuff out about what build mods we have available. So, in a quick summary, we have a lot of new block types, like different woods and silt shingles, but most of the new block forms, like how fences are a form of wood blocks, are for interior decorating. With that figured out, I turned to figuring out what wood types we have in the area, and strike gold with the first tree we investigate. Not that I realized that at first. Is this purple? Oh my god, it is. We can make a purple house, people. Why don't we get rid of you? We should, you know what we should do? We should make a chest. That would solve several of our inventory management issues here. We just stick the chest here for now and put stuff in it. With my inventory problem solved for the moment, I decide to see what the tree's planks look like, and... oh my god. Oh, and this would go so nice with like all of like the purple and pink flowers we've got around here. With that, it was decided that we would be building a purple house. Unfortunately, at this point, my lack of a food supply starts to catch up with me. We can't just build out of these though. That wouldn't be very great. Oh, let's check out the cliffs over here. The cliffs. Oh wait, I need to eat. Right, we need to figure out something for food. We need to get farms made. We need, I don't want to make farms until I can make them pretty. Okay, let's also make, like, eat a singular beetroot. Right, we have some food now. I could kill the cows for food, but I don't want to do that. I'd feel bad. Ignoring the food problem for the time being, I look into the chalk cliffs that are right next door. Like, what are you? In summary, you can make bricks out of chalk. That's kind of it. I then turn to investigating the ironwood gower, though that doesn't exactly last very long. Oh, you're a mine shaft. That's cool. Oh, there's a skeleton there. I don't have food. I can't fight right now. On my way back to home base, however, I do collect some barley. So, technically, this little wandering session wasn't a complete waste of time. It's at this point that I come to terms with the fact that I will have to make some temporary farms in order to, you know, not starve. Of course, no endeavor is truly complete without some lag problems. Holy lag, okay. Nevertheless, I plant some barley and immediately run into a new problem. I need to make barley edible. After some poking around in the GEI, I figure out that the only real way to make barley into something edible is to make it into a soup. To make it into a soup, I need a cooking pot. To make a cooking pot, I need iron. Thankfully, I had spotted some iron earlier when I was exploring across the river, so I headed back in that direction. And there is iron right there, so we should probably go get that iron so that, you know, we can make the cooking pot. Oh, that's the anthill. Can I get rid of it, or will they attack me if I get rid of it? I feel like they'll attack me if I get rid of it. I want it gone, though. My hatred of Homestead's ants aside, I did find some tomato seeds. But back on task, I mined up about 7 pieces of iron, some stone to make a furnace, and some coal for obvious reasons. Once I was back at home, I found this dirt shack thing, which either I'm blind and it's always been there, or it spawned in while I was getting iron. Either way, it turned out to essentially just be an igloo, except made out of dirt instead of ice. From its chest, I got some potatoes, coal, and a golden apple, and a nifty little hat. And on the way out, I helped myself to its furnace and a couple plant pots. Then I put the iron in the furnace and decided to plant some saplings of the purple trees and, well... Wait, what am I doing over here? I don't know. I'm going back over this way. Yeah, I fully just wandered off for no reason. Once I returned from my impromptu wandering, I plant the tomato seeds and, as we are desperate for food, check the quest menu for any food rewards. I don't get any food, but I do get some iron and a bow and some arrows. So there's that, I guess. I then craft the cook pot and make the bowls and buckets I need for the soup recipe. I then head down to the river to fill the bucket with water and grab some duck eggs, which, you guessed it, I need for the recipe. After a truly impressive display of survival instincts... Oh, that is... I can hear drowned. If I just don't acknowledge that I hear it, it can't hurt me. That is how this works, right? I then attempt to use the cooking pot. Keyword attempt because, well... First, I don't put the bowls in the right slot, and then I can't figure out why the recipe isn't working, which I will figure out later on, but first, well, this happens. Okay, game. How was connection lost? I'm playing single... Sure. What is happening? Why is this my life? Well, pff, I know the answer to that because I chose to, like, spend my day doing this. Any day now, my game will load. Any day now. Any day now, my game will load. Surely it will load. Why aren't you loading, game? Please, please load. Okay. We have gotten to the load bar. The bar is on the floor. Well, oh, wait, what? Yay! Hi. I'm still not interested in any of your trades. Oh, come on, we're lagging again. If I crash again, I'm done recording for the day, and I'm just finishing this tomorrow. Oh, movement. Barely. Hello. Yeah, that crashed. Biff. So it's been months since I've worked on this video for various reasons, including needing to upgrade my memory card so that, you know, we stopped lagging, and also school kicking my ass, among other things. But during that time, I did do some planning for our starter house. And as a part of that planning, I made this inspo mood board thing. After I had saved a couple images, I did find out that a couple things in this image and this image are AI, which, you know, fuck AI art. But I had already taken, like, inspiration from them, so, like, sort of still had to include them so that you guys could see my thought process, but the main parts that I really like are these sort of, like, modular bits. Like, it's like everything is stacked up on top of each other. It's not like one major cohesive massive build that was built all at once. It's a bunch of smaller builds combined into one that have kind of grown. So, like, I want our starter base to be expandable. I think I've already said this, but I like this example over here of it a lot. I also like the roof gardens. We're gonna have a bunch of those, or like balcony gardens, sort of. There's gonna be a bunch of gardens spread out at various levels. I like the bits where this is sort of built into the landscape a bit. Kind of like down here, except, like, it comes out of the hill very sort of in a way that makes sense. And then I just like this little shape on this house. And then, in addition to this, I also made a Blender render, which I'm going to pull up real quick. I am, in the grand scheme of things, a beginner at Blender, so, we're gonna go over the main bits in this mode so that you guys aren't distracted at my terrible attempts at detailing. Also, side note, this door model is one I imported. This, right here, is supposed to mimic that, greenhouse that was in the mood board. Editor me can pop that image up on the screen right now. Obviously, since we're going to be building this in Minecraft, it won't be a perfect circle or anything. And then our entrance is going to be down here, obviously. This terrain probably isn't what it looks like anyways. The terrain isn't anything like what it is in our Minecraft world, but we can either terraform so that it looks sort of similar, or just adjust the build a bit. Either option works. I want to have, like, some sort of garden here, probably, as well as... I think this is going to be, like, an actual balcony and not just a garden, but then we could also put, like, a garden up here. In the future, we can probably extend out like this or something. And as for the actual designs of it, I'm bad at making materials, so I imported free ones that I could find online, and we're just not talking about it. So we're gonna use the purple wood, like I said earlier, and then I also want to try and find some sort of darker wood for accents. As you see over here, we're going to, no, don't do that. We're going to put in some windows here, I was thinking maybe some sort of staircase over here. This is really just a really rough plan, but that is generally what we are going to go for. So, with our starter home plan established, we now need to get the materials. Before we do that, though, quick update on the food situation. I figured out that the cooking pot needs a campfire under it, and also that duck eggs do not count as eggs, so we can't actually make barley soup right now, which is, you know, teensy bit aggravating. We do, however, have a bit of other food right now, so hopefully we'll be okay. Also, I've planted some beetroot seeds that I got. Oh, I do want to check, can we use barley to make bread? No. I know that, isn't barley flour a thing? Am I insane? Anyways, I am going to look for some other recipes we might be able to make for a food source real quick, and then we will worry about chopping down trees and whatnot, because I cannot find any... Wow, okay. Let's turn down the ambient environment real quick. Yeah, that's slightly less deafening. Anyways, there's a bunch of ducks, but no chickens, which is, you know, mildly annoying. Hello. Anyways, recipe searching. So I found a couple recipes, wandered around a bit to do a little bit of exploring, and also claimed some rewards for a quest, which is why we now have 4 chests and a barrel. But as far as the recipes go, there is potato soup, which is potatoes and onions, tomato sauce, which is like just tomatoes, and those are the 2 main ones we will be using, I believe. We're gonna put these chests in a chest, because why not? So I have planted stuff. I planted an onion, some potatoes, those potatoes we got from the chest. We have these tomatoes growing, obviously, some barley, some other stuff, blah, blah, blah. While none of that is ready to be harvested, we do technically have a food source now. So, on to resource gathering. What on earth is this thing? A mauler? Well, you aren't attacking me, so I'm not entirely certain that you're living up to your namesake. Anyways, I am going to cut down one of these ironwood trees just to see what they look like. I don't think they'll be the color that we want, for, like, accents on our house, but, you know. I'm kinda curious. Yeah, so those are cool, but not what we want for our house. So I'll check out some other trees. But first, our first tomatoes have grown, so... Oh, that's gonna take a little bit to cook. But it's food, so I'm not going to complain. Right, I'm gonna let that do its thing and then go take a look at those trees over there. Because it's like those trees, the bamboo logs, and the ironwood that we've got on this area. And then you go over there and there's just more ocean. Alright, so I did some exploring that way, and it's all just kind of birch and oak wood, which, you know, nothing wrong with that. I just don't want to use it for our house. I did, however, find a piece of sugarcane in our supplies that I planted, which means that we should be able to upgrade from tomato sauce to tomato soup, because tomato soup is a tomato and a piece of sugar, whereas tomato sauce is just 2 tomatoes. So, potatoes ain't grown yet. Oh well. So I'm thinking maybe we will use ironwood for our house. It'll be a different vibe than if we use, like, a darker wood, but I think it should still look okay. Maybe? When I was over there, I saw that this area extends back a bit, so I guess we'll just take a look and see if there's anything interesting this way. And if not, we'll use the ironwood, but you know, maybe there'll be something. So there is, in fact, some things. Hopefully it's not too late in the day. I don't have a bed on me. So let's see what those trees are. Yeah, there's a couple different types of trees over there. Did I seriously sail right past this without realizing? If you need context, in my first episode, our spawn point was like this really rocky island, so we had to sail around to— oh, and I am out of food. So we had to sail around to try and find a place to like actually live that had resources and stuff. And oh, those are pillagers. Sir, could you like maybe not? Okay, I might die here. Let's just walk back to base, maybe, and then we'll take a look at this stuff later, actually, you know, just for... But yeah, there's some trees over there. Anyways, basically, I'm just annoyed that I sailed right past a good chunk of land without realizing it. Also, on things that I found, earlier I did find some pumpkins. I realized that I just haven't mentioned that. But, you know, it's something that happened, so... Alright, we have 2 baked potatoes. We have eaten 2 baked potatoes. Let us go see what lies this way. I should bring an axe. I'd forgotten axe. Alright. Now, let's go see what lies this way. Oh, and boating doesn't take up food stamina, I don't think. So I'll boat once we reach the river. I keep getting advancements, and I do not know what they are for. Oh, is this... oh yeah, okay, so this is terracotta. We're at a sparse jungle. You're a beaver! That's cute. Okay, that is just an oak log for some reason. We are in a jungle, and there are oak trees. I'm not... okay, that one's a jungle log. Still, that isn't exactly the shade of wood that I want. More oak. You know what? Let's grab the cocoa beans and cut down a jungle tree, just so that we have some. And then let's check out these. I think they're like redwoods or something. There's a kiwi bird. Yep, this is a redwood forest. I feel like a little bad cutting down a redwood tree, but you know what? This is Minecraft, not the real world, so obviously it doesn't actually matter. Okay. I'm just going to assume that those need to be planted in a 4x4 and do that. Well, that's all the redwood we're gonna need for a good while. Probably not gonna use them for a starter home, though, because they're not... I don't know. We could, it'd just be a very interesting-looking starter home. Oh, there's a pillager tower, which is, you know, where the pillagers came from. Does over there look like it has anything different? Ooh, is that a village? You know, it's kind of funny. In this mod pack, I see an unknown structure off in the distance, so I'm like, ooh, wonder what that is. But when I was playing a horror mod pack, and there are unknown structures, I was like, I am avoiding those at all costs. I think this is a village. Or... not a village. I'm not entirely certain what this is. I'm taking it sweet, though. Oh, that's so cool. I don't know what it is, but it's cool. Oh, there's a chest. Heck yeah. Alright. Our food problem is temporarily solved. How do I get up there? Oh, that is so cool. Wait. Sure, I'll take the grapes. there a villager? Oh, you're stuck. Here you go, sir. Okay, this is just a little attic, it seems. Inventory isn't generated. What does that mean? Oh, there's a ruins map? Okay. We already have some pumpkins and wheat, so I'm not gonna take any of that, I don't think. What's over here? Okay, a little sleep area. More bread, some glowberries, I'll take it. And then back here, is this where I came from? No, it's just like another sleep area. Alright. Oh, there's like a whole row of sleep areas. Well, yeah, no dirt, this is a tavern. But still, that's cute. I don't think there's much more to do here. Okay, that was a fernling, not a creeper. I totally didn't panic. I am gonna see if there's any other biomes over here, though, I guess. And take a peony. Peony. I honestly am not entirely certain how to pronounce it. What? Oh, it's just a elk that's glitching out a bit. Okay. Yeah, I think this is about it. That just looks like more jungle. Alright, we're gonna go back to the tavern, sleep there, and then head back home. Also, let's grab a couple of these mushrooms. Oh, wild lettuce. Yes, give me that. I went the wrong way to get in. Ah! Hi, panda. Is that the villager snoring? Okay, it is. Alright, let us head home. And I think we're gonna do the ironwood with the mauve. Because I can't really think of anything else to use. Like I said, the redwood would be an interesting color combination. Oh. Well, there's a drowned there somewhere. I'm just gonna ignore that. Honestly, as annoying as the wind is, the chalk cliffs are really pretty. Right, so as far as building supplies goes, we have enough mauve, I honestly don't know how to pronounce that. We have enough purple logs, to at least get us started. I'll do something with this stuff later. For now, you know what, let's see what mauve planks look like when they're placed next to ironwood planks. Like, honestly, that's kind of a cool gradient. And then, like, if we also use, like, the actual log blocks, I don't think we'll use the ironwood blocks, but, or like the ironwood logs, but I think this should be neat. So we're going to have to gather up a bit more ironwood. And for that, I'm gonna craft a new axe, because I don't want to break our enchanted one before we get a anvil and can repair it. Even though the usefulness of, obviously we're gonna outgrow stone axes at some point, but for now, this works. So let's chop down some more trees. Well, we have enough ironwood now. I'm gonna place these saplings in a 4x4. Or like this or something, just in case they need that to grow. So, I think that's what we need as far as materials, for the moment at least. It's enough to get started on something. So, with enough supplies to at least get started, that means it's time to start building. And I started by digging out a little bit of the hill here, just so that we can, you know, build our house into the cliff a bit, you know, like I planned. Next up, I am going to build out the general layout, I think, with some dirt before we start placing the actual blocks we'll be using. So I'm going to do that. Now, I will admit this is a bit of a mess looking right now, but hopefully it will eventually make sense. I do plan on digging a bit further back into the mountain for this, but for now, let's start with our entrance here. Now, I realized that I said that the ironwood was going to be in place of the darker wood that I used in my blender render concept, but I think I've decided that using the purple logs as like the darker wood would look nice, and then just using the ironwood planks in places instead of the purple planks just for a bit more variation. That might not work out, and I might replace the ironwood planks with the purple ones, but for now, that's what we're going with. And next, I have built up this little platform balcony area, which, if you don't recall, is going to be a bit of a farm. I've now built up the little circular greenhouse thing. Hopefully I'll be able to put some glass here and make it look not entirely stupid, and if not, we'll figure something out. And I've now put in the basis for the non-garden having balcony, and I'm now going to add the darker accents, which, as you can see, I have done, and I've also made that back part there, ironwood as well, and then I think if we put like some sort of staircase here or something, I think that'll look nice. And I have now added in the staircase and also changed the design of this back bit here a bit. It is liable to change again, but for now, that is what we are going with. And I have added the final top layer. So this is kind of the general structure of our starter house in place. Now, I do have to dig out quite a bit more cliff, because I think before I fill everything in, I kind of want to figure out how each section will be connected to each other. Because right now, you enter, and this is the house. So, digging time. Now, the interior is a teensy bit of a scuffed layout, but everything is accessible, which is what we want. So we have our main entrance here, and then we can go up this ladder to here, and this balcony area, and also down to our garden out here. And then we can also come up here to this main back room, which can take us down to here. I am aware this is incredibly unpractical, but I'm not here for practicality. So, it is time to start filling in the blocks. So I have filled in all of the exterior and made the interior walls, you know, actually wooden instead of just like stone and dirt walls. I haven't given here a ceiling yet. That's my bad. I'll do that in a second. But we do now need to, you know, actually decorate the exterior. We are kind of just a glorified box right now. which, you know, we want to change. So, let's get on that. So, I have put, that's not, let's make it so you guys can actually see stuff. So I put in windows here and here. I got rid of the window there just because it wouldn't really have a view with the stairs being right here. And then I tried to get it to work so that there'd be a farm up here, but I just couldn't make that look good. And then I ran out of panes before I could finish filling in that window, but I only have 3 glass blocks other than those, and there is like very little sand here. There is a crap ton of shoreline, but like I had to go all the way towards the tavern in order to get any sand. So I'll get more of it in a bit, but not immediately, because right now I've been trying to use the JEI, I actually pronounced it right for once, in order to, and for the record, this is the JEI interface. You can just see all of the items. I've been trying to use this to figure out, like, what blocks I have at my disposal, but, hasn't been, there's some stuff I want to, like, get a better look at than just the very bad image, and some of that stuff I can't easily craft, so we're actually gonna go over to a creative world to see what I can use. Alright, so I have found a couple of items that I think we might use. So, there's these 2 path variants. I don't know which one I want to use, but, right in front of the entrance, maybe we'll use those. Give me a minute while I turn down sounds and stuff. Turn everything down by half. Yeah, that's better. There's these painter lanterns I think we might use, just because they're a torch and paper around it, which is cheaper than regular lanterns, especially because we don't really have any iron right now. There's this oak lattice that is dark enough that I think it could be interesting to use. There's these pillar trims that I'm not entirely certain we'll use, but hey, they're interesting. There's hanging pots, which just takes 3 string in addition to a pot, so those are kind of more of a maybe. And then there are also these hand railings that I'm thinking maybe around the top patio. And then there's a carpenter's table that would let us customize stuff a bit more, but I don't think it works on the custom woods we've got. So is this modded? This is not something in the actual game, is it? No, this is, okay, it says it's like friends and foes. I'm assuming it's modded then. Okay. Well, those are strange. Anyways, back to the survival world. Oh, but first, just to conceptualize the sheer amount of stuff in this mod, there's 10 pages of menus. Like, what the frick? Anyways, back to survival. So, basically no progress has been made, however, there are pillagers to deal with, so, oh, this is the version where I have to- oh, I am like half a heart. This is the version where I have to drink milk to get rid of the bad omen effect. It doesn't come in a bottle anymore, or yet. Whatever. I have a bucket somewhere. Voila, bucket. So, let's put this water here, since we'll need it there anyways, and then go milk a cow. And at the moment, I'm trying to decide if I like the handrails on the balcony or not. I'm kind of leaning towards no, just because of what my reference photos look like. Yeah, I don't know. This is probably gonna take me a bit. So, it has taken a bit, but I think I sort of like what we got going on here. So I have used the tried and true method of, when in doubt, use a bunch of trapdoors. I can, however, actually explain why I used trapdoors where I did. So, you know, it's not completely mindless. The trapdoors down here are just to break this wall up so that it's not one large block. These trapdoors are just to add something. I don't know, but they add something, and it helps. These trapdoors next to the doors are for just breaking up the wall, adding more detail. Those trapdoors are to be a railing. There are some trapdoors up there just for a bit of more depth next to the windows. There are a couple things that need a bit of work. For one, that bit right there. It's a bit of a jarring transition, and I'm not entirely certain how to fix it. I've tried using, like, some trapdoors. The lattice didn't help. I'm just not entirely certain what to do there. And bringing the wood all the way back, like, from not just to there, but, like, all the way back there, that didn't really help either. So I'm just not sure what to do with that. So, you know, if you have any suggestions. Here also looks a bit awkward, but I'm kind of hoping that once we get this garden all filled up and grown, it'll look better. The problem is that it's hard to add, like, details to the top of the windows without them kind of just looking like hats. I guess maybe some sort of weird shape up here might help, but, like, I like having that one large open window. So we'll see. That window there is also to kind of break up this block of wall, because if we don't have that there, then it looks pretty weird. I have no idea if you could hear what I just said over all of that noise. Right. Basically, that window is there to break up that chunk of wall. Basically, a lot of this was just breaking up the chunks of walls so that that's not all samey same. We have a window here just because this area needed something. I guess there could also use something. Like, maybe once we get some iron, we can put some iron gates or fences or whatever they're called there. I don't know, I don't hate it. And the point of this, like, starter house is to be a continuous work in progress. So I think that, you know, it's fine if I want to, like, work on it some more next episode or something. Well, I am going to be working on it some more next episode because that is when we're doing the interior. So, see you guys then. Also, I did not really do anything down here, but you know what? I think that's fine. Bye-bye.